Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed by the name. The kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Machines were the outbreak of modern technology, classified as the turn of revolution. We have grown so dependent on these that we cannot even think or imagine living without them. Some machines, however, have made more of an impact on our lives than others, and while we take these for granted, we cannot dream of a life without these. Some of the most important inventions to date are those that were made ages ago, and while they have been improved in form and function, the main purpose of these machines stays the same. Dear listeners, today's video is an informational of the impact of these machines that exist in our houses, with a special focus on refrigerators and deep freezers. We will be starting the video by highlighting the need of these advancements in our everyday life, along with why something that should either not be stored in them or special precautions should be taken before storage. Like everything in this world, freezer and refrigerators have both advantages and disadvantages. The invention of a refrigerator made our lives easy, as storing perishable items for long-term usage and periods was a great necessity. It is an accepted social and cultural tradition that the grocery shopping is done minimum for a week, as nobody can afford the time of the luxury to take shopping trips every day. Groceries like vegetables and meat-based produce like beef, mutton, chicken, and fish are stored in the deep freezer. However, the disadvantages of storing perishable items long-term cannot be ignored either. To overcome these problems, scientists have given us methods qualified with extensive research as to how to minimize the harmful effects. We will also be telling you why flour should either not be stored in the fridge, or if it is compulsory to do so, should be done with high precautionary measures in effect. So stay with us till the end of the video to find out all the information that we have researched upon for your benefit and safety. Starting with the meat-based produced, it is necessary to check for the bad or rotten smell that classifies harmful bacteria that may have spread on it. It is necessary you always check for discoloration or a bad smell to avoid the spread of contamination of bad bacteria like salmonella that may cause food poisoning. When storing meat in the freezer, it is necessary to put it in a Ziploc bag with all the air taken out and sealed to avoid contamination if there is any other bacterial growth on other items. In case of load shedding, or if the electricity or the freezer is going to be switched off for an hour or two, it is necessary to put it in the middle of an ice storage box filled with ice so that there is very little temperature change. If food gets rotten, it releases a bad smell like ammonia that can spread to other items. To avoid the spread of bad smells, store a small bottle of baking soda in the fridge, which traps the bad smell and prevents it from spreading to other foods item. In case the freezer or the refrigerator is switched off, or there is an electrical issue which prevents the flow of current, store the perishable items in airtight containers in a box of ice. Always make sure to store perishable items by proportionately calculated amounts to avoid repeated storage. Always defrost only the amount that is needed and prepare it so that it will be eaten. Repeated storage and defrosting won't be required, as well as food won't go to waste. When storage vegetables or fruits, always pack them in a newspaper or shopper or wrapped in plastic to avoid contamination with harmful bacteria. Before storing them, make sure to wash the fruits and vegetables beforehand in order to get rid of any dirt, dust, or even pathogenic microorganism that can harm you if ingested. If citrus or lemon juice is sprayed on the fruits and vegetables, it helps to keep them safe from bacteria contamination. In case of leafy green vegetables like lettuce or spinach, etc., try to store them in brown paper or a slightly wet kitchen towel to keep them from rotting and for long-term storage requirement. Make sure to store your vegetables in groceries in the groceries compartment of your fridge, as it has a set temperature suitable for these. Every day they continue to meet together in the temple courts. They broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts, praising God and enjoying the favor of all the people. And the Lord added to their number daily those who were being saved. Coming to the next part of our video, we are about to tell you why kneaded flour is not suitable to be stored in a fridge or freezer for long term. Kneaded dough or flour is worldwide used method of making wheat, thin bread or roti. In most households, especially in Asian countries, this is a set requirement of food eaten on a daily basis. For this reason, many people need a large amount of dough at one time for the use of 3 to 4 days continuously so as to avoid more work. This dough is then stored in the fridge, but there are harmful aspects of this process. Flour has the ability to absorb a lot of contamination from nearby products, hence storing it in the fridge makes it harmful for ingestion. In the old days, the process of kneading dough was done every day and it was made fresh for use as there was no refrigerator to store it in. Another problem with today's flour is that the nutrients are taken out before processing and it has absolutely or practically negligible nutritional values for us. Conventional times showed that the flour was always made of wheat. However, these days it has been replaced by barley, oats and grains, which makes its storage much easier in the refrigerator but gives it higher absorption values. Wheat flour can be ruined very quickly even in the normal temperatures, hence you can see why the flour we eat is different than in the conventional time and why its storage is harmful for us. We hope that this information is helpful for you and you will be able to protect yourselves and your beloved ones by keeping in mind this information. If you would like to us to cover any other similar topics or have excess information that we have not covered in this video, leave us a comment and make sure to remember to share this video with your loved ones. You can keep them safe as well. The God said, I give you every seed bearing plant on the face of the whole earth and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food. Goodbye.